In the peaceful town of Nkruma, a kind young woman named Amma lived with a gentle heart and big dreams. She worked as a nurse at the local clinic, always helping people with a warm smile. Everyone admired her kindness except one person, Zara, her cousin. Amma and Zara grew up together like sisters, but their hearts were very different. Amma was humble and caring, while Zara was proud and full of jealousy. Deep inside, Zara hated how everyone praised Amma's beauty and good nature. One day, Amma met Kofi, handsome and charming engineer who had just returned from abroad. He came to the clinic for a health check, and from that day, something beautiful began. Between them, their conversations were soft, their laughter easy, and soon, love quietly bloomed. Kofi respected Amma's simplicity. He often said, "Amma, you make me believe love is still pure in this world." Amma would blush and reply softly, "And you make me feel safe, Kofi." Their love grew stronger each day, and people began to notice their bond. Even Zara saw it, and her heart filled with bitterness. She couldn't stand to see Amma happy. Zara had always wanted Kofi for herself, and now jealousy burned like fire inside her. One evening, at a family gathering, Kofi proudly held Amma's hand and announced, "Amma is the woman I want to spend my life with." Everyone cheered except Zara. Her smile faded, her hands trembled, and her heart whispered with anger, "No, I won't let this happen." That night, she made a dangerous plan. She started spreading lies, small, poisonous lies that Amma was unfaithful, that she loved another man. Her words spread like wildfire. When Kofi heard the rumors, his heart broke. He couldn't believe it, yet doubt entered his mind. Amma tried to explain, but Kofi turned cold. "Amma, tell me it's not true," he said. "Kofi, how could you even think that of me?" she cried, her eyes full of tears. But jealousy had done its work. Zara's lies tore their love apart. Days turned into weeks. Amma stopped going to the clinic. Her heart was heavy with sadness. She prayed every night for the truth to come out. Meanwhile, Zara went to comfort Kofi, pretending to care. She smiled sweetly, saying, "Forget Amma, Kofi. She didn't deserve your love." Kofi, broken and confused, began to lean on Zara for emotional support. Slowly, Zara trapped him in her world of lies and manipulation. Months later, they got engaged, though Kofi's heart was never fully in it. Deep inside, something felt wrong. Every time he looked at Zara, he saw Amma's gentle face in his memory. Amma heard about their engagement. The pain nearly destroyed her. She wanted to leave town but couldn't. Her mother said softly, "My daughter, truth always wins. Let God fight your battle." Amma stayed silent and strong, trusting time to reveal everything. Then one rainy evening, as thunder roared across the sky, Kofi discovered the truth. One of Zara's friends, drunk with guilt, confessed that Zara had spread all the lies out of jealousy. Kofi's world crashed. He rushed to it. Amma's home, soaked in rain, desperate for forgiveness. "Amma, please open the door. I was wrong." Amma stood at the doorway, tears streaming down her cheeks. "You believe lies over love, Kofi. My heart is no longer yours." She closed the door slowly, leaving Kofi crying in the rain. That night, Amma decided to rebuild. Her life stronger, wiser, and independent. She applied for a new job in the city and left Nkruma behind. Zara, on the other hand, was now trapped in a loveless engagement. Kofi's heart had turned cold toward her, and her guilt began to eat her from the inside. But destiny was not done with them. Yet, the storm of jealousy had only just begun. Months had passed since Amma left Nkruma. She now lived in the busy city of Accra, working at a modern hospital. The city. Life was fast, noisy, and full of new faces, but deep inside, her heart still carried old scars. Amma had learned to smile again, though sometimes at night she still whispered to herself, "Why does love hurt the kind ones most?" Her strength grew day by day. She became known as one of the most caring nurses at the hospital, always calm, always gentle. Her patients loved her, and her coworkers respected her. But even in the middle of her new peace, fate had another plan. Back in Nkruma, things were falling apart for Zara. After her lies were revealed, her engagement with Kofi became a living nightmare. Kofi stopped trusting her completely. He barely spoke to her, and when he did, his words were cold. One evening, Zara tried to talk to him. "Kofi, please. I did it because I loved you too much," she cried. "That wasn't love," Kofi said quietly. "That was selfishness. You destroyed the one person who truly loved me." Those words broke her spirit. Every night she lay awake, haunted by guilt. Her friends abandoned her, and her family was ashamed. For the first time, Zara realized how jealousy had stolen everything, even her peace. Kofi couldn't forget Amma. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw her standing in the rain, heartbroken, betrayed. He stopped working properly, lost interest in his projects, and became quiet and lonely. His mother once said, "Son, true love is like a seed. Once broken, it may grow again if watered with truth." Her words stayed in his mind. He decided to go to Accra not to disturb Amma, but to apologize properly and free himself from guilt. One bright afternoon, Kofi walked into a city hospital for a health check, and fate played its strange game again. When he entered the ward, he froze. There, standing beside a patient, was Amma. She looked more confident now, wearing her nurse uniform, her face calm and graceful. For a moment, Kofi couldn't speak. "Amma, is that you?" Amma turned slowly. Her heart skipped a beat, but she quickly regained her calm. "Yes, Mr. Kofi. How can I help you?" she said politely, as if talking to anyone. "Other patient." Kofi smiled sadly. "You still sound the same gentle, even after all I did." Amma remained silent, focusing on her work. But deep inside, her heart was shaking. Memories rushed back, laughter, betrayal, and rain-soaked tears. After the checkup, Kofi waited for her outside the hospital. "Amma, please. Just 5 minutes. I need to say something." She hesitated but finally agreed. They sat on a bench near the garden. "Amma, I came to say I'm sorry. Truly sorry. I let jealousy destroy us. I didn't trust you when I should have, and I'll regret that forever." Amma looked at him quietly, her eyes full of emotion. "You didn't just hurt me, Kofi. You killed the part of me that believed love could never lie." Kofi lowered his head. "I don't expect forgiveness. I just want peace for both of us." Amma nodded slowly. "Then let's both forgive the past and move forward separately." Kofi smiled weakly. "You've become stronger, Amma." "Pain teaches what peace cannot," she replied softly. Time moved on. Amma focused on her work and started helping young girls who faced emotional trauma. She wanted them to heal, just as she had. One day, at a community event, she met Kwame, a humble doctor who worked with the poor. He was gentle, honest, and respected Amma's heart more than her beauty. Slowly, friendship grew between them, and then something deeper. But Amma was cautious. She had been hurt before. Kwame once said, "Amma, I don't want to replace your past. I just want to walk beside you into the future." Those words touched her heart deeply. Meanwhile, Zara's life turned darker. Kofi finally ended their engagement. He left town for good, cutting all contact. Zara's lies had destroyed everything she loved. One evening, she sat alone in her empty room, holding a photo of Kofi and Amma from the old days. Tears rolled down her face as she whispered, "If only I had loved truly instead of trying to control love." Her jealousy had cost her peace, respect, and happiness. Months later, during a charity event, Amma was giving free medical care to poor families, and she was shocked to see Zara walk in. And weak. For a moment, both women just stared at each other. Zara broke down in tears. I don't deserve your kindness, but I'm sick and I have no one." Amma's heart softened. Despite everything, she couldn't ignore someone in pain. She treated Zara with care, just like any patient. "Rest now, Zara," Amma said gently. "The past is over. Let's heal what's left." Zara cried, holding Amma's hand. It was the first time she felt peace in years. That night, Amma sat alone by her window and whispered, "Love can hurt, but forgiveness heals deeper wounds." She smiled at the stars, knowing that peace had finally returned to her heart. But life wasn't done testing her yet, because one man from the past would soon return, bringing a choice that could change everything again. Months passed peacefully for Amma. Her work at the hospital and her community projects filled her life with purpose. The pain of the past had slowly turned into wisdom. Every morning, she thanked God for strength. Every night, she prayed for those who had wronged her, even for Zara. Amma had learned that peace was not forgetting, but forgiving and letting go. Her friendship with Dr. Quame had grown deeper. He was patient, kind, and never forced her to move faster than her heart allowed. Sometimes, when he looked at her, Amma felt the warmth she had once feared, the warmth of love returning slowly, gently. But fate had one last surprise waiting for her. One Sunday afternoon, while Amma was visiting the orphanage with Dr. Quame, a familiar voice called her name. She turned and froze. It was Kofi standing there, holding a small bouquet of lilies. He looked tired but peaceful, as if life had finally humbled him. "Amma," he said softly, "I didn't come to disturb you. I just wanted to see the woman who taught me what love truly means." Quame glanced at Amma respectfully, then stepped aside to give them space. Amma's voice was calm but distant. "Kofi, I thought you had left everything behind." "I did," he replied. "But I realized I left behind the best part of me, that part that loved you honestly. I'm not here to ask for your love back. I just wanted to thank you for forgiving me when I didn't deserve it." Amma's eyes softened. She could feel the honesty in his voice. The man who once broke her heart was no longer proud. He was humble, wiser, and full of it. Regret. That night, Amma sat quietly on her balcony, thinking deeply. Two men had entered her life, one from her past, full of regret, and one from her present, full of hope. She asked herself, should love return to where it began, or move toward where it can grow? Her heart whispered the answer. True love is not about where it started, but where it feels safe. A few days later, Amma met Kofi again. "Kofi," she said gently, "I forgave you long ago. But love, once broken, cannot return the same. It becomes something else, a lesson." Kofi nodded slowly, his eyes glistening. "I understand. I'm just happy to see you smiling again." They parted peacefully, with no anger, only acceptance. For the first time in years, Amma felt completely free. Meanwhile, Zara's health had improved under Amma's care. She began volunteering at the same orphanage where Amma worked. One day, she said to Amma, "You could have left me to suffer, but you didn't. You saved my body and my soul." Amma smiled kindly. "Zara, we all make mistakes. What matters is what we learn from them." Zara wept and hugged her cousin tightly. It was the first time in years that both women felt peace. The jealousy and pain had finally died. Time passed, and Amma's bond with Dr. Quame grew stronger. He admired her courage, her calmness, and her heart. One evening, after a long day of helping patients, he took her hand and said, "Amma, your heart is like a river, gentle but powerful. I want to build a life beside that river. Will you let me?" Amma looked into his eyes. There was no deceit, no pride, no shadow of the past. Only kindness. "Yes, Quame," she said softly. "Let's build something honest." They married in a simple but beautiful ceremony under the old mango trees of Nkruma, the same town where her story began. Even Kofi attended quietly at the back, smiling as he watched. Amma walked down the aisle. After the wedding, he approached her and said, "You deserve this happiness, Amma. I'm proud of you." "Thank you, Kofi," she replied warmly. We both found peace in different ways. Years later, Amma often told her students and young nurses, "Jealousy destroys faster than fire. But love, when true, rebuilds even what jealousy burns." She lived a life of peace, forgiveness, and kindness, never forgetting her pain, but turning it into strength. Zara continued helping orphans, dedicating her life to service. Kofi found new purpose by helping young men who had lost their way in love. And Amma and Kwam built a home filled with compassion and joy. In the end, Amma learned that true love is not about who hurts you or who stays. It's about who helps you heal. Love is never perfect, but forgiveness makes it powerful. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Sankofa Tale, where every story carries a lesson of love, pain, and hope.